Hey there again, internet world. I'm back finally. Really busy week at college, probably another one coming up, but I'm filming quite a few videos tonight and hopefully doing that lookbook that I promised you during the week too. But in this video I'm going to be talking about Nars Sheer Glow. I just Instagrammed like a silly pic of me asking you guys what video you wanted to see, and a lot of you said you wanted to see the review on the Nars Sheer Glow, which I bought maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now. So I've been kind of testing it out over the last month or so, and I thought that I would kind of give my 2 cents on it. It's a really like bigly hyped, or else people either kind of love it or hate it from what I've seen. There's no kind of in between. But I just thought I'd drop my 2 cents on it and tell you guys what I thought about it, any pros, any cons or whatnot, and also show you a little demo which will be at the end of this very short review. I'm going to keep it as brief as possible and just get to the point. And yeah, I'm rambling already, but yeah, there's going to be a demo at the end of this video showing you guys how I apply it, and basically just showing you what it looks like when like kind of like a half and half on my face, so that you can really see how much it covers up and what the coverage is like. And also I'll probably then use this video as a reference for a lot of my other makeup tutorials, so that I'll be able to skip the foundation kind of step of the tutorial. I bought my Nars Sheer Glow in my local Space & K here in Belfast, just across from the City Hall. And Nars is kind of a hard brand to find up here. Like Space & K is pretty much the only place that you can get it, like in Belfast city centre. And I know some people have trouble finding it down south as well, but I do believe it's in Brown Thomas. It definitely is in the one in Dublin, I think. I don't know. As you probably noticed, I'm wearing no other makeup on my face right now. It's just the foundation. I wanted the foundation to be sort of the epicenter of this video and kind of have no distractions, because sometimes when you apply eye makeup and lipstick and stuff, it can kind of detract from the actual foundation and how good it looks or how bad it looks and whatnot. So I just thought that in this video I would just wear the foundation, just so you guys can really kind of have a sense and have a feel of what it looks like while you're watching the video. I was matched to the colour Fiji, and I have to say I'm pretty skeptical when people match me. I'm always kind of like and I usually do like to match myself, but on this occasion I just felt like actually feeling like a customer, and I just, for reference, I went in just to see what they thought I would be matched to, and I was matched to Fiji. I did pay about £30 for this foundation. It's about the same as my old Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, which was my old favourite and die hard. I repurchased this twice before I bought this. So I expected a lot of this. I do expect a lot of my foundations, because if I'm going to bother slapping it on my face, it better look pretty damn good. But yeah, I paid 30 quid for it. I'm not sure how much it is down south. I'll probably leave it in an annotation if I can find it, but I would assume that you're probably getting a little bit ripped off there down south by a few euro. I would say maybe 35. If you're an avid YouTube beauty guru kind of watcher whatnot, I'm sure you've probably heard that most people that don't like this foundation, their main like qualm about it was that it's called Sheer Glow and it's not really sheer and it's not really glowy either, which I can say fair enough, but that's what I really wasn't looking for that in my foundation. I wanted something for nights out, for filming, something a little bit more heavy duty than, let's say, my Dr. Jart BB cream, etc, etc. I did get a very tiny sample in a sample pot that I brought myself. I think you should always keep one handy just in case, because a lot of the makeup counters, and from my own experience, you tend to run out of sample pots like there's no tomorrow, so you're better off to just bring your own. You can get them already empty in places like Boots and other kind of pharmacies, drugstores, whatever. So I just kind of keep one handy in my bag anytime I'm going out, or if I've gotten a sample in the past, I'll just wash it out and keep the little empty container with me just in case. So I was given a tiny little sample because I really genuinely was interested in the foundation, but I never ever buy anything like impulse when it's that much money. I really like to go home, apply it myself, see how I get on with it. So that's exactly what I did. Before I go too off topic, I'm going to kind of get to the point with this foundation. It's a bit, weirdly enough, I neither love it, like I don't think it's my holy grail foundation, but I neither hate it. It is my favourite foundation of the moment. I think it's really nice. I think it gives really good coverage. I've never had a foundation that covers my under eye circles as well as this does. I have absolutely no concealer, no corrector on at the moment, and I think it looks pretty good. Like I could probably get away without wearing concealer or corrector if I was in a really big rush, which I like about this. It's extremely pigmented and you only need a little amount. You'll see in the demo at the end I only use about a pea size and a half amount kind of spread on my hand, and it's just nice and liquidy and it blends really well into the skin really quickly. You have time to work with it, which I really like as well, which I didn't really have so much with my Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder, you need to work with it quite quickly, otherwise it'll get a bit stiff. But this is really nice to blend with it. I mean, you can pretty much judge for yourselves. Now I am using like studio lighting, so everything's going to look a bit better, but I genuinely do like this foundation. I find it extremely long lasting on my skin. It does, I know it's not really a glowy foundation, but it does give me a bit of a sheen. Like, it's not dewy at all in the slightest or glittery or anything like that, but it does, like, there is something in it that gives you a bit of like a highlighting sheen, which I quite like as well, but it still kind of looks quite matte. It's been a while since I've had like a fully matte foundation, which is nice, and I don't need to use powder or anything like that with it. It also has no SPF in it, I believe, so that means it kind of photographs a little bit better. Nice soft kind of focus, which is why I like to use it for kind of filming lately. And you'll see when you put it on, it literally makes your face look like, I don't know, just kind of, not, I wouldn't say airbrush, I guess sort of airbrush. It makes it look like really just like soft or something, and I don't have really soft skin at all, so I quite like that. But my favourite thing about it by far is the consistency and the coverage. It does, like I said, give extremely good coverage. I mean, it's able to kind of correct my under eyes really well without any sort of concealer or corrector, like I said before, and I've never experienced that with a foundation before. That hasn't happened to me with double wear or double wear light, so it's just a nice thing, a little nice feature about it that you wouldn't need to wear as much kind of correcting. It's kind of like, you know, some of those foundations kind of brand themselves as being like a concealer, a corrector and a primer and all that crap all in one. I think this is pretty like close to that. It definitely does a lot of concealing as well. One of the things I was worried about when I bought this foundation is everyone says it is pretty matte, and I have dry skin, which isn't the wisest choice, I know, but the things I loved about it kind of overrid that, and I can always sort of exfoliate my face before I use it and things like that, and that is a must for me, having dry skin, especially in the areas that this foundation will cling around. If you don't exfoliate your skin and you have dry skin, you're prone to flakiness and stuff like that. It will stick around your nose, you know, it will stick in between your eyebrows, things like that. Anywhere you have dry patches, I personally have a little bit of dryness in here and it tends to get caught in there. But on the whole, I pretty like this foundation. The only thing is that it does look a bit dry on me occasionally if I don't kind of, you know, do the whole preparation for it first, which is a little bit of work, but I think it's worth it for the finish. So tell me guys what you think of it and whether I should keep using it, or maybe you have another one to recommend. Like, I know Nars do other foundations, so I'm wondering, do they do like a slightly more satin finish or a slightly more moisturised, or, you know, just not as matte foundation as the Sheer Glow? Please do let me know in the comments below, because I'm not sure of what they have. One other thing is that the first week I was using it, I think it broke me out a little bit. I don't think it was, I started a new moisturiser and a new foundation at the same time, which is probably a bad idea because you don't know which one's breaking you out, and I don't have sensitive skin at all. So for something to irritate my skin, it takes quite a lot. So something in either the moisturiser or the foundation was not agreeing with me, but I'm thinking it's more the foundation, because I've tried the moisturiser just on its own and it's been absolutely fine. That was just really in the first week though. I haven't experienced any of that since. I don't know what it was, whether it was clogging my pores or whether it was like a kind of a weird reaction to an ingredient in it. I know a lot of you guys said that you don't like Nars because a lot of you break out because of it, but honestly for me, I just kept using it and I'm fine now. And as well, I don't wear it too often, and I make sure that I clean my face really well, cleanse really well as well. So try that if you haven't already, but I'm sure most of you probably have. But overall, for me personally, I would recommend at least trying the foundation, maybe trying to get your hands on a sample. It'll probably be really good for oily skin and normal to oily skin. That was my review guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If I missed out anything or didn't answer one of your questions, leave it in the comments below and I'll make sure to get back to you and answer as best as I can. And of course, all my links are down in the doobly bar below. I'm also going to be putting some more eBay items on my eBay shop at the moment, so I will put those in the description bar as well, because you guys bought everything that was in my last one, so I decided to put more stuff up for you guys. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @TaraMars. See you in my next video, guys. Peace. Hey guys, so as you've already seen, I'm going to be using Nars Sheer Glow in the shade Fiji, if you need the spelling. And yeah, I'm using my Real Techniques buffing brush. This is from the orange set that they came in. I don't think they sell it separately, but the Expert face brush should be fairly similar. And I'm only using a small amount, like I said, because as you can see, it is pretty pigmented. I'm not actually putting that much on the skin, even though it looks like a lot. I just like to spread out my foundation just to see where I'm putting it. And as you can see, I only put a tiny bit on my forehead because I think it just helps blend the foundation seamlessly into the skin without getting that like rim of foundation around the edges. But as you can see, I'm just using the buffing brush to buff this, really work it into the skin in sort of circular motions as you would with a buffing brush. And as you can see, like, it's done a really good job like on the under eye area. It's brightened it a good bit, it's concealed it quite a bit as well. As you can see, that little bit I put on has like spread really well over my skin, and I'm just kind of buffing it in everywhere and down my neck a little bit. And that little few dots that I put on my forehead, I sort of just gently buff those in and blend it out outwards towards my forehead. I don't like to put a lot of foundation on like the outer rim of my face because I think it makes it look sort of unnatural, and you don't really want people to see kind of close up where your foundation starts and then your skin kind of begins. So yeah, this is what it looks like close up, just for reference if you want like a really close up view. So that was my demo, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.